If you're looking for a guide to install CachyOS, you're in the right place. This is a full step-by-step video that covers USB creation, installation, and basic setup. I will cover both a full clean install and a dual boot alongside Windows, so you're covered either way. There are no YouTube retention gimmicks, no fancy graphics, just pure education. It's comprehensive, which means it's long, but if you do it properly, you only have to do it once. You'll need to concentrate because there are some key points in this guide that you can't afford to get wrong. There will be a pinned comment with common questions below as well. When steps are optional or only apply in specific circumstances, a banner will appear at the bottom of the video to tell you. Let's begin. Step 0. What is CachyOS? CachyOS is a Linux distribution focused on one thing: performance. It is tuned and optimized for the fastest performance, particularly in CPU-bound situations like high FPS gaming. It is my personal favourite of the Linux distros for performance and gaming, but it's not perfect, so who is CachyOS best for? CachyOS is ideal for performance maxers. Cachy is among the fastest gaming platforms on Linux. It's great for people who want a lean operating system with only the things that you need. It's good for people who don't mind occasionally having to do a little bit of tweaking because it is cutting edge. And there's people that want to be at that cutting edge of optimizations and indeed of Linux performance. But CachyOS isn't for everybody. CachyOS might not be best for you if you are a gamer who plays games with kernel level anti-cheat, such as Battlefield, Call of Duty and Valorant. At the time of writing, these simply won't work. People have reservations about secure boot and kernel level anti-cheat being a thing, but the reality is you won't be able to play these games at the time of recording. CachyOS might not be good for you if you just want a super stable OS that you can't really tinker around and break. If you don't like tinkering and adjusting things from time to time, then I wouldn't recommend CachyOS. Industry and creative professionals that need universal and guaranteed compatibility, again, you're probably better off on another platform. People who use BitLocker device encryption and want to dual boot with Windows, I don't think you're going to have a very good time with CachyOS. I'm demonstrating the installation on a desktop computer today that has Windows installed because that's what most of you will be using. This can work on laptops as well, and the process is similar, but there can be more quirks with laptops and other devices. I'll try my best to keep the pinned comment updated with fixes over time. Let's begin. Step 1. Making the USB. Before we start, a quick note: if you have important data of any kind, please back it up first in case you make a mistake. To make the installation USB stick, we need the following. We need a working computer. I'm going to assume you're on Windows for this. A USB drive 8GB or larger, and all of the data on that USB drive is going to be wiped. And you'll also need an internet connection. Remove all other USB storage devices from the PC to keep things simple, then plug in the USB drive that you'll be using for the process. We need a couple of downloads. First, we want a Flasher app to put CachyOS onto the USB stick because you can't just copy the files across. I'm using Rufus today, that's my favourite. Head to rufus.ie and grab the latest Rufus with the P on the end. An alternative application would be Berliner Etcher. It's also quite popular and works on more platforms, but my recommendation is Rufus. Next, we need to download the installation file itself, the ISO file, which contains all of the CachyOS data. Go to CachyOS.org and head to the download page. You want the desktop edition. Scroll down and download it from one of the mirrors. It doesn't really matter which one, so I've just gone with direct. Then we have an optional step for the more security conscious among you. Skip ahead to the timecode on screen if you don't fancy doing this, because it's not mandatory. In the same download dropdown, there is an option for checksum and signature. Click each of them to download those two files. If you're doing this optional step, then open that SHA256 file, and if it prompts you to ask which application to use, just use Notepad. Copy the long string of characters inside. Then go to your downloads folder, right-click in an empty space and open in terminal. Then type in the following. Open brackets, get-file hash, space, and then click and drag the ISO file from your downloads folder into the terminal window so it fills in the path, and then close the brackets, dot hash space minus EQ, then a speech mark, and paste the code from the SHA256 file that you've already copied by right-clicking or using Ctrl-V on your keyboard, and then close the speech marks. It should read something like what's on screen, though of course your path and version might be a bit different. At this point, press enter, and if it returns the value true, then you're good to go. If it says false, the download is bad, so delete it and re-download the ISO, ideally from a different mirror. This is enough verification for most people, but there's an even deeper verification step using the signature file. That's down in the pinned comment if you want to be doubly sure. Whether you did that optional step or not, let's flash the USB. Open Rufus and allow it to update if it asks. Make sure the USB drive you want is selected in the top bar, and remember that everything on this USB is going to get wiped. Click Select and choose the CachyOS ISO from your Downloads folder. The scheme should be set to GPT, not MBR, and the box to the right should stay UEFI. If you want to, you can rename the USB to something a bit shorter, but that is optional. You can head down to the Start button next, and you'll get a prompt asking you how to write. Choose ISO image mode, and then start. The flash can take up to 30 minutes to complete. If any pop-ups appear during the process asking you to format the drive, simply ignore them. Walk away from the PC, do not use the PC while it's writing, don't plug things in or remove things, just leave it alone until it's done. That's going to keep the write clean. Once it's done, close Rufus. If you don't do the upcoming optional step, shut down your PC now. We now have another optional step depending on how you're going to set up your installation. If you plan to have both Windows and CachyOS on the same PC, firstly, I will say this is possible, but it's a bit messy. There's an explanation in step 2 if you want to know more, but the short version is Cachy is hard to get working with Secure Boot. So if you're planning to play your online multiplayer games on Windows and then use Cachy for everything else, I don't think it's a very good plan. It is possible, but it's a real faff. I would say Bazzite is a much better choice for this because it works with Secure Boot fairly easily. But back to explaining the optional step. You only need to do this step if you plan to share the same SSD between CachyOS and Windows. If you're going to have separate SSDs for each OS, or if you plan to just go full CachyOS only, you can skip ahead to step 2. To share the same SSD, it is much easier to split your SSD within Windows. It's going to save you a lot of headaches later. I'm assuming you're on the target PC right now, i.e. the PC you want to install Cachy on. Then right-click the Windows icon and go to Disk Management. Find your SSD. Right-click in the largest block and choose to shrink the volume. A pop-up will appear. In the Space to Shrink field, type the amount of space you want CachyOS to have. This is in megabytes, so in the example on screen I have given 400,000 megabytes to CachyOS, i.e. 400 gigabytes, but you could split this up however you want. Once that is applied, you can now shut down the PC. Step 2. Installing CachyOS. Plug the installation USB into the PC that you want CachyOS on. Turn on your PC and immediately tap the key to enter the BIOS. On most computers, this will be the delete key or F2. If these keys do not work, you can research the key for your device or enter the BIOS via Windows using the method in the pinned comment. You may need to enter the advanced mode on some BIOSes, which you should do. Find the boot order settings and ensure that the USB stick is placed at the top. Onto the big trap now, Secure Boot. This is a real faff, and it's important that you listen to me here so that you don't get this wrong, because CachyOS is different to other operating systems in how this is handled. Secure Boot is needed to play a lot of competitive online games, and is technically needed for Windows 11 installation. CachyOS works best with Secure Boot disabled. It's a lot easier. You can find Secure Boot within either the boot or security sections of your BIOS, and from there it can be disabled. If you're only going to use CachyOS and will erase Windows from your PC, you can skip the optional Secure Boot explanation below and head to the timestamp on screen. But to be honest, I think even if you do just run CachyOS solo, it's worth learning this information. So before you proceed to change any Secure Boot settings, I need you to hear some warnings, especially if you're going to keep Windows on the same machine. Your existing Windows 11 installation will still boot and run just fine with Secure Boot off. Disabling it doesn't break Windows, but two things are going to happen, and there is one further critical warning after this. So firstly, you're technically in a configuration that Microsoft doesn't officially support from a security standpoint. And 2, this is the big one for gamers, those kernel level anti-cheat games that we mentioned will just simply not run on Windows because they need to check that secure boot is on. So if the whole reason you're keeping Windows on this PC is to play those games, turning secure boot off is going to stop them working. And the other warning, which can genuinely lock you out of your PC if you ignore it, so please pay attention. Many Windows 11 computers, especially pre-built, OEM or industrial ones, have BitLocker device encryption switched on by default. BitLocker pays attention to your secure boot settings so that when you change it, the next time Windows boots up, it's probably going to ask you for a 48-character recovery key, which applies anytime a secure boot option is changed. If you don't have that key, you're going to be locked out of Windows. So before you disable secure boot, check whether BitLocker is on, and if it is, make sure your recovery key is backed up. You'll find it usually in your Microsoft account. Even better, just disable or suspend BitLocker in Windows first, especially if you're not using it, and you'll avoid this prompt entirely. I cannot stress this enough. If you use BitLocker, you need to put a copy of that recovery key somewhere you're going to remember it, because if you don't, you're going to get locked out of your computer. If you absolutely must dual boot this PC to play anti-cheat games on Windows, you've got 2 options, but please recognise this is really annoying to do. Either way. Option 1, each time you want to play those games, you need to go into your BIOS and flip the secure boot on. But when you go back into CachyOS each time, you're going to have to first disable the secure boot in the BIOS. That is an absolute pain in the neck, but it should work, provided you've listened to the BitLocker advice that I gave you before. Option 2 is to set up secure boot in CachyOS, because it does support it, but it's not a straightforward task for a beginner. If you're technically minded, it can be done, and it will make for a very smooth dual boot experience once you've done it, but it involves essentially having to make and sign your own secure boot keys. It's beyond the scope of this video, but if enough people ask, I can do a video on it. It's just not quite as simple as the enroll MOK steps that you get in other versions of Linux. Whatever you've decided to do, you can now save and exit your BIOS at this point. Now onto the actual installation. The PC should boot from the USB and you'll get a list like this. Assuming CachyOS is highlighted, click Enter. It will load you into a live Linux environment. A window called CachyOS Hello will open. Click Launch Installer to begin. You need to be online for this process, so if you're using Wi-Fi, use the icon in the bottom right and connect, or if you're using wired, plug in your Ethernet cable now. The on-screen wizard walks you through a series of steps along the bottom. The good news is that nothing actually gets written or done on your computer until you reach the summary step at the end, so you've got time to move back and forth if you forget something. First, choose your language, then your region, then your keyboard layout. You'll get some bootloader options next. For most people, I recommend Grub. It's just the most straightforward and mature version. Select that and click Next. Next is the partitions step, and just like in my other guides, I need you to concentrate and hear all 3 options before you click ahead. To note, I would advise leaving the encryption box not ticked unless you know what you're doing. Firstly, ensure the SSD that you want CachyOS installed onto is in the top menu. Now for your 3 options. If you want to wipe the drive, remove Windows and only have CachyOS on this PC, choose Erase Disk. This deletes everything on that drive. If you have 2 SSDs but you want to keep Windows on one of them, then CachyOS on the other, it's the same as wiping the drive, but you need to make sure the correct SSD is selected in the top drop-down. As long as you've selected the drive without Windows on it, you're absolutely safe. If you want to share the SSD with Windows, you would think the logical choice is to use install alongside. But deliberately, I've not done this in this guide because it is very, very flaky. So instead, you will have already created that shrunk volume earlier on within Windows. So now all we have to do is click the manual mode, manual partitions from the options. On the next page, you'll have a free space that's quite large. Click on that one and then click Create. Change the file size to 1024. File system should be changed to FAT32. And the mount point should be /boot/EFI. You can also give it a label like CachyBoot if you want and add a flag called boot if you want, but those aren't mandatory. Click OK. Now we need to create the main partition. Again, click the large free space and then click Create. The size should automatically be the maximum, so just leave that field alone. The file system this time is BTRFS. The mount point this time is just a simple /. And again, optionally, you can add a label like Cachy Data, then click OK. Now you can proceed to the next step. For the desktop, I'd go with KDE Plasma. It's the most approachable and the easiest to settle into, though there are loads of options if you want to explore and play around. Next screen is Packages. Generally, I would leave this just as is, but if you use a printer, you can help yourself out by going to the bottom and ticking the printer drivers at the bottom. The next screen is setting up your username and password, and it's fairly straightforward for you to fill out. Finally, you will reach the summary. At this point, double check the target disk is the correct one, especially if you've got more than one SSD in the system. Then give everything a look over and hit install if it looks good. It will take somewhere in the region of 10 to 30 minutes depending on your machine. When it's done, you'll get this completion screen. Tick the Restart Now box and then Done. As your PC turns off, you can physically pull out the installation USB. Step 3. Setting up CachyOS. You should automatically load into CachyOS now via a nice looking boot menu. If you also have Windows on your PC, you should be able to choose Windows from the same list every time the PC starts up. If it doesn't appear, go to the pinned comment for a fix. On first boot, you will land on the desktop and there should be a welcome screen to walk you through a few basics. Start by going to Apps and Tweaks, then click System Update. Type Y and press Enter when prompted each time. Once it's all done, it will tell you to press Enter to finish this process. Next, click Install Gaming Packages. Again, type Y and press Enter when prompted. You do not need to install other drivers in the same way that you would on Windows. So AMD, Nvidia, Intel, graphics, whatever, it's all handled for you. Click the back arrow to get back to the welcome screen. This time, click Install Apps. This is effectively your App Store here. You can also get here by searching for CachyOS Package Installer in the main menu. Repo contains all of the official applications. At this point, I would recommend you grab Proton Up Qt, as it can come in quite handy for games down the line. You can get access to other community apps as well in something called the AUR, but it's a bit beyond the scope of this video and something you could look up yourself later. We're done with this welcome screen now, so toggle off the Launch at Start option so it doesn't pop up every time, and we can move on. For gaming, I like Steam and Heroic launchers for the bulk of my games. Steam is often already installed at this point, so we can open it up. I like to set the compatibility options to the latest CachyOS specific Proton version. Then if a game has a problem running on that, you can set the Proton version individually by right-clicking the game and going to Properties. For those that don't know, Proton is a conversion layer which allows Windows games to be played on Linux. And to wrap up, given that we're on a constantly updating operating system, it's useful to have something like Windows Restore Points, but just for CachyOS. The good news is CachyOS automatically creates these restore points called snapshots before and after each update, using its own function called Snapper. You don't need to configure it manually, but if you want to set a time-based snapshot function anyway, it can be done via the BTRFS Assistant app, which you can search for in the menu, but that's optional. And remember, this is a restore point, not a true backup. A true backup would be going onto a separate storage drive, storing your stuff there. It's just a snapshot in time. So that's it, installation complete. You've got yourself a fast, modern, performance-tuned operating system. If this guide worked for you, it would mean a lot to me if you told me in the comments below and subscribe to the channel. This guide took a lot of work and your encouragement really keeps me going to do more. I try to make these guides the most comprehensive ones you'll see on YouTube so there aren't any surprises when you do it yourself. That means they're a bit longer, but that's just my style. There is a pinned comment below which I'll edit from time to time with troubleshooting and other tips. This video is made possible by your support, so thank you very much, and this channel is also supported by our sponsor PC36.co.uk. If you've got a friend in the UK that needs a new PC set up cleanly with beautiful designs and top tier customer service, give them code YT50 and you can get £50 off any PC on site. I hope you have a lovely day.